like to share with you how I dehydrate mangoes, particularly using a stainless steel tray. The first time I dehydrated mangoes, I put them straight on the tray, and it was a nightmare to take them off, and to clean was really difficult as well. So I found it's much better to use a sheet. I use the silicone sheets. I much prefer the silicone as a material, and I just find they're really easy to use, very flexible, easy to clean. You can, if you've got Teflex sheets, you can use those if you have them, but I just prefer to use the silicone. And so what I do is I've already cut up all the mangoes here that I'm going to dehydrate. That's a whole tray, that's about 16 mangoes there. But just in case you're not familiar with cutting up mangoes, I'll just quickly show you. I hold mine on the end with the stem facing me, or you can roll it on its side, whatever's easiest. So I hold it up and just carefully slice down, just moving around the pip. Careful not to slice off any of the pip. And one. And I just use my fingers to take the peel off. Some of you might like to prefer to use a knife, but I find that I've got less risk of cutting myself if I use my fingers. And I just make sure that I've cleaned my hands really well and cleaned under my fingernails. So this one, just quickly take the skin off all of the mango. Now you'll notice that there's, well, not on that one so much, but you've got brown spots on your mangoes, but underneath, most of the time, they're still really beautiful. And the brown just comes off on the skin and the pip. And I just slice mango lengthways. You can adjust the thickness depending on how you like. You can make it really thin or even thicker. It just takes longer to dehydrate. Here you go. And then lay them out in a tray. You want to be careful not to have mango touching each other, because they will stick, which isn't a really big deal. And nice and close, so you're using up all your space. And to show you one more time, this is pretty basic. I find with mangoes at the beginning of the season, everyone's all excited about eating mangoes, and then by the end of the season, which it is now, everyone's had enough of eating them, and it's the perfect time to dehydrate them. Dehydrated mango is so delicious that you'll find yourself reaching for the dehydrated mango before you reach for a fresh one. Okay, so now I'm going to just cut up the rest of the mangoes that I've prepared, and I'll see you in a bit. In the dehydrator until the tops of the mango are dry. So touch them and they're completely dry, no stickiness at all. A lot of the time I do this at night time and leave it overnight, and then in the morning I come and check on them. But it may actually not take that long. I'm not really sure. We'll see how long it takes today. And I've got the timer, temperature set on 35. And the time is on 16 hours, and away we go. Okay, we're back. It's been about 7 hours since we put them in the dehydrator, and you'll know they're ready to turn over when you can touch the tops and it's all dry, which means it's not going to stick to the stainless steel trays. That's what we want. And just lay them out, just holding the sheet with one hand, and I peel them off, and look how easily they come off. Sometimes I do get a little bit stuck, but that's okay. These could go a little bit longer as well, so I normally do this, the first step, at night time, and then leave it overnight, and then do this first thing in the morning. I think that's actually the best way to do it. Hand side. And just, once you get into a rhythm, doesn't take very long. Sticky. Just lay them out on the stainless steel tray. Now, I'll put these back in the dehydrator until they're pretty much dry, a bit rubbery, but definitely no moisture in there, which doesn't take very long now that I've got them off the silicone sheet, because the air can get all around them. Well, you've got the idea. So I'll just show you a tray that I did earlier today, the dehydrator, and show how easily they come off the stainless steel tray. So now there's barely any food scraps on the stainless steel tray, and I can just easily wipe that down, and it's ready for the next batch. Or you can put them in the dishwasher. The only thing about the stainless steel trays is you can't sort of pick them up and scoop them up in one go like you can with the plastic sheets, but I don't mind. And then you just put dried mango in an airtight container, and they should keep like that for many months. Although they never seem to last that long in our kitchen. I suggest you hide them from your children, because they will easily gobble them up in no time. They're very addictive. And another wonderful thing I found is that